Hi. Okay. Good morning again, everybody. So this is our, uh, 30-minute rise and shine flow. We've been really focusing on grounding this week. So like not just grounding through our physical body, but grounding through our energetic body. And because our time is limited, we're gonna just jump right into a nice like grounding practice. So coming to a comfortable upright seat today. Take a moment, really feel out your foundation, feel out your base. Notice where your body is touching the mat. And kind of rock and tilt your tailbone and your shoulders so that you have this nice erect spine and your shoulders are stacked right over your hips. So sometimes when we come to a seat like this, we automatically like hinge forward just a few degrees, shift that back so you're going straight up and down. Closing the eyes and just tuning into your breath, tuning into your practice. For most of you, you're practicing early in the morning. So just check in with yourself. How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? What are you feeling in your body? Just take a minute for yourself. And all the while, you're letting the breath just flow effortlessly. And we're going to inhale, draw both arms up overhead, intertwine your fingers, and then press the palms towards the sky. Get a nice big stretch for that spine. Try and relax the shoulders though. Oftentimes when we do this move, we want to come like all the way up here and it makes it a little challenging to breathe. So drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Make sure you've got space for your neck and your throat and just find that elongation through the spine. You can even visualize that earth energy rising up through the base of your spine and then out through the crown of your head. So remember, you've got this nice long straight spine happening. Take another inhale here. Feel the collarbones lift. Feel the sternum lift, the front of the heart. And then as you exhale, you're going to round here and just spread the scapula together and a breathing space into the back of the heart. Take another breath right here. And then inhale, coming up center. We're going to exhale and just move to the right. So continuously pressing the palms away. Draw that left shoulder back, create some space in the left side rib cage. You're still anchoring down through your seat. Inhale, center, and then exhale to the other side. Observe the differences in the sides of your body. Maintain that nice, like, firm foundation in your seat. Inhale, we center. This time the hands are coming back behind. We're intertwining our fingers, squeezing the scapula, and then lifting the heart and sternum. You can, we'll move to the side here. You can pull your fists away from your sacrum for a little added lift in the chest, or you can just simply pull them down towards the earth. So a couple of options. The one where you pull your fists away is going to give you a stretch in the front of your shoulders. Let's take another breath here and go ahead and release. We're going to straighten our legs this morning and just give yourself a moment to find some movement in the legs. So you can bend and straighten through the knees. You can flex and point the toes, roll out the ankles. Just find some organic movement in your feet. And we're going to come right into a boat pose this morning. So drawing the ankles in line with the knees, we're going to keep our knees bent. So keep the shins parallel to the mat. And in boat pose, we're still sitting on that sit bone. You still have that connection of that Muladhara to the earth, that root chakra. You've got to find that like sweet spot to keep you upright and steady. And try and just bring your hands straight up. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and continue lifting the heart. Again, you're focusing on that grounding earth energy. So you're literally grounded here. You're sitting on the floor. Maybe you're a little wobbly, and see if you can find some stability here. Draw the navel inwards towards the spine. You may be feeling this across your lower back. And we're going to straighten just the left leg and then take the right knee and cross it over the left leg. Keep both toes flexed here. We're going to move just 3 times dynamically with our legs in this cross position. So inhale, you lower, and then exhale, you lift. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, you lift. I have a cat behind me. Inhale, you lower, and exhale, you lift. Uncross the legs, straighten the right leg, and take the left foot over. Same thing, 3 times here. Inhale, lower low boat. Exhale, high boat. 2 more times. So we're building some heat in the core, really feeling that root chakra into the earth. Uncross the legs. Let the soles of the feet hit the mat, and then rest your abdomen on the thighs. Feeling the muscles of the lower back just kind of release a bit here, letting the abdomen and the core release. And then we're going to cross over our ankles, and we're coming right into a standing position. Actually, a standing forward fold. So let your torso be heavy here. You can take ragdoll, bringing hands to opposite elbows, letting the head be heavy, and starting to press through the soles of your feet, waking up through your hamstrings, the muscles of your lower back, maybe your mid back. And just depending on how open you are this morning, maybe you're touching the mat, maybe you're not. None of that is important. Just take 3 more breaths here, starting to feel the points of your feet that are touching the floor. Really anchor in there. Head and neck are heavy. Use your next inhalation to slowly roll up to a standing position. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, we're hinging forward. Hands come back to the earth. Inhale, take a flat back. And as you exhale, we're going to step the left foot back, drop the left knee, and come into a low lunge. So let the pelvis be heavy. Let that, like your root chakra, be really, really heavy here. You're going to feel a stretch in that left hip flexor. Lift the heart, lift the sternum so you're not dumping your weight into that right thigh. And then on the next inhale, you're going to sit back towards the left heel and roll the toes of the right foot off of the mat. Keep the toes flexed, waking up through the sole of the foot and the hamstrings. So what we're doing here is we're really just kind of activating the energy channels from our earth chakra. That's the one that's below our feet, inviting the energy up through our legs where it meets our root chakra, really grounding ourselves in our practice this morning. Exhale, bending back into the right foot. Remember, the pelvis is heavy here, big stretch for that left hip flexor. And on the inhale, you lift the torso for Anjali-asana. Bring the gaze up between the hands or towards the sky. Take a few breaths here. Make sure there's not like a really big sway in your lower back though. You still want to tilt that tailbone down. An option here is go ahead and drop both hands and just reach your left hand back towards your left, like your left calf. This is just an option. You don't have to go this far. You can bring your left hand to your hip. And then inhale, reach that right arm up as you deepen into a back bend here. So back bends are really, really invigorating, especially early in the morning. It's like drinking a cup of coffee. So take one more breath in this pretty deep back bend. Inhale, you come center. Bring both hands to the earth. Tuck the left toes, lift your hips. Take your right foot to meet your left. And maybe you move through a vinyasa this morning. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. 5 breaths in down dog when you get there. You can pedal it out if you'd like. You can really just focus on the sensation of where your feet are meeting the mat and drawing in that earth energy. You can draw the navel inwards towards the spine, kind of feeling those deep core muscles we talked about last week. You're going to take a bend in your knees, switch your gaze, and hop, step, or float to the front of your mat, where you exhale and fold. Use your inhalation, lift up to a standing position, and we're going to keep moving, guys. We're building some heat this morning. The arms reach overhead, and the exhale, you hinge at the hips, the hands move towards the earth. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, take that right foot back, drop the right knee, low lunge. Give yourself permission to be soft and to be heavy in the tummy and in the pelvis. It's going to help kind of deepen into this stretch. It's a big stretch for the front of that right hip flexor. Take a couple breaths here. Try to avoid dumping your hands or your weight into your hands. Really try and use the core and to lift the heart and sternum. One more breath. And then your next inhale, you sit back towards your right foot as you roll the left toes off the mat. For Ardha Hanumanasana, split prep pose. Waking up through the soles of that right foot, through the hamstring. Exhale, bending back into the left knee. Inhale, lift the torso, Anjalayasana. Take a few breaths here. Feel the energy rising from the root. Remember, your root chakra is really close to the earth now. And you've got this nice elongated spine. So the energy is just moving right up through your spine and out through the crown of the head. One more breath just like this. And then we'll deepen into that back bend. If that first expression of the back bend was too deep, you could totally just leave your hands on your hips. You can bring your hands behind the head and deepen in this way. So if you're taking this deep expression with me, you're going to drop your right hand to like the back of your thigh or maybe to your calf. Inhale, lift the left arm, and then exhale, you deepen into the back bend. Let the pelvis be heavy here. Feel the gentle compression of the lumbar and thoracic spine. Inviting the energy up through your spinal column. Inhale, you lift the torso. Exhale, bring both hands to the earth. Tuck the right toes, step the left foot back, move through your vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Again, you kind of get to decide, do you want to find movements or do you want to be in stillness and see if you can feel the subtleness of the earth energy drawing through you? The next inhale, you bend the knees, you switch your gaze, and then you hop, step, or float to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold here. We're going to move deeper into this forward fold. So take your pointer finger and your middle finger. We call these peace fingers. It's okay if your knees are bent and you're going to grab around your big toes. We call this a yogi toe lock. Inhale, lift your heart and sternum, squeeze the scapula together. And then as you exhale, you bend the elbows as you draw your torso closer to your thighs. So as you can see, I've got a pretty deep bend in my knees this morning. I'm a little bit stiff. However, I'm going to slowly, with my in-breath, just start to straighten my legs just a little bit until my torso is no longer touching my thighs, and that's where I'm going to stop. So you want that torso to thigh connection, yet you want to start to feel this behind the thighs and through the glutes. Exhale, maybe you move deeper into the forward fold sensation. Let your head and neck be heavy. And inhale, maybe you straighten your legs a little bit more. So there's no rush for this. Let your body be where it is. Drawing in that earth energy, opening up the channels through the feet, through the legs, into your core. And then release your yogi toe lock. Hands are towards the earth. And you're going to heel toe your feet wider than your hips. Exhale, drop your seat for Malasana or squat pose. So for some of us, you will be like on the soles of our feet. For others, you're going to look like this. This is perfect too. In fact, if you do find that it's more comfortable for you to have your heels off of the mat, you can even like wedge a little blanket under the heel, and that's going to give you more stability so you're not like wobbly. So it's okay to be on the balls of your feet. Just give yourself a little extra support. So squat pose. Drawing the hands together in prayer. You're going to take the backs of your elbows inside of your knees and spread the thighs apart for a nice big hip stretch. So here in squat pose or Malasana, again, focus on the sensation of the soles of your feet on the earth. Really feel that grounding connection. Your Muladhara, your root chakra is pointing towards the earth. Your spine should be straight, so we're not rounding, lifting through the spine and feeling that energy drawing up through your spine and out through the crown of your head. Taking this into like a heart and shoulder opener as well. We're going to take our right hand, the back of your, what muscle is this called? The back of your arm is going to be on the inside of your knee. And then you're going to bring your hand to the earth. So you're pressing your arm into your knee. And then inhale, the left arm is going to come up. So you're kind of making like a half of an X with your arms. The gaze is up to the left hand. You're probably feeling this in your feet, in your hips, and in your groin. Now you can stay like this with your arms open, but if you feel that you have the mobility in your shoulders, you can take a bind where you bring your left hand to your sacrum and the right hand meets it. So the bind is just an option. You don't have to take it. In fact, I'm not going to take it this morning. Take one more breath here. Exhale, you come center. We're going to do that on the other side. So the left hand is in, the left arm is in front of the left knee. So you're pressing the knee into the back of the arm. Palm of the hand is on the earth. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Gaze is towards the sky. Maybe you go for the binds, knowing that it's just an option. You should be feeling this in the left side of your hip, really feeling it in your feet. One more breath. Exhale, coming back center and just coming right into a seat here. You can find just a little rock throughout the hips and the pelvis if you'd like. And making your way all the way onto your backs. Drawing the knees in towards the chest. You can take a happy baby here if you'd like. Just starting to bring a little bit more energy up through the hips. We've already opened up through the feet and through the root chakra, so it's nice to continue that opening sensation through the hips and pelvis. We've done a little bit of shoulder and heart opening as well, so we're going to start to move into some deeper expressions of back bends. So we'll start with bridge pose, and we're going to do 3 rounds of back bends. If you have a wheel practice, for the final back bend, I will cue wheel. But the first 2, let's do bridge together. So make sure that your ankles are underneath of your heels. You're pressing your pelvis firmly into the mat. You can feel your sacrum in the mat. You're engaging your core. Your hands are alongside your hips. And with your in-breath, you're going to use the strength of your core and of your pelvis to lift the abdomen off the mat. Roll your shoulders in and intertwine your fingers, just like we did when we were seated at the beginning of practice. Keep your knees drawing in together. Oftentimes they're going to want to splay out like so. Really use the strength of your outer hips to squeeze the knees together. Squeeze the glutes. Continue lifting the pelvis. Make sure you have space under your chin, so you don't want to be pinning your chin down. And we're going to hold just 3 more breaths here. Bridge pose is active. Full body engagement here. And then exhale. With control, you're going to release. Coming back to the mat. Pausing for a moment. Letting the spine come to neutral. And we're going to do this again. So on your next in-breath, you lift your pelvis, you come into bridge pose, and you deepen in by drawing your fists together, squeezing the scapula together. You can even assist yourself to go deeper by bringing your hands right onto your sacrum and giving yourself a little assist here. Remember to keep squeezing the knees together. This is going to build strength in your outer hips and in your glutes. It's also going to protect your knees. Hold here, 7 more breaths. Nice deep bridge pose. Inviting all of that earth energy that you've been cultivating through your feet and through your root chakra, inviting it up through your body now and out through the crown of your head. And then slowly release. Take a couple extra breaths here. Feel the muscles of the back release.
Feel that rush of energy moving through you. And final back bend, you're welcome to take bridge. In fact, I kind of encourage taking bridge. If you have a wheel practice, I will cue wheel and I can walk you through that. Because of my shoulder, wheel really is not in my practice, but I'm happy to demonstrate. But I will be coming down and taking bridge. So if you want to try wheel with me, you're going to bring your hands kind of next to your face, so your elbows are up towards the sky. If you're taking bridge pose, just come into bridge pose on your own. For those of us that are going to take wheel, hands are firmly planted on the earth alongside of the face. You're going to inhale, lift your pelvis, press through the palms, and come into a bridge pose. Walk your feet in as you deepen into the back bend. This is a lot on my shoulder. I'm only going to be here one more breath and then I'm going to come down. But if you are comfortable, you slowly lower down. Try to avoid pressing weight on your head and then come out of bridge pose when you're ready. For years, bridge was my favorite back bend, and then I injured my shoulder, and I think that's the first time I've done wheel in a couple of years. So honor your body, guys. We're here 3 more breaths in this back bend. And then slowly, slowly with control, you lower down. If you're in bridge pose, when you're coming out of bridge pose, I want you to pause for one full round of breath before you draw your knees into the chest. You want to give your spine like a second to just come back to neutral, and then you're going to counter it, and we'll all draw our knees in towards the chest. You can rock from side to side, giving your lower back a little bit of massage. You can tilt and rock your pelvis, releasing any pockets of energy that may be built up there. And then holding firmly on to the right leg, we're going to inhale and take the left sole of the foot up towards the sky. Flex the toes back towards the face. And then as you exhale with control, you're going to lower that left leg all the way to the earth. Draw the right knee in deeper towards the chest, giving a big stretch for your hips and groin. Keep the left foot flexed, and then inhale, take the right foot up towards the sky. That foot is flexed as well. You can reach your hands behind your thigh if you like. For some of us, we can reach our toes. My arms are really short. So behind the thigh is fine. Inhale, press super hard through the sole of that right foot. And then as you exhale, let go of the flex and then draw the thigh closer towards the torso. So inhale, you press through the sole of the foot. Exhale, you soften and you bring your leg closer towards your torso. One more time. Exhale, press through the sole. Inhale, press through the sole of the foot. And then exhale, you draw that leg closer in. Big stretch for the hip, for the hamstring, for the groin. Your next exhale, you're going to take that straight right leg across the body for supine twist. Keep both feet flexed here, both shoulders on the mat, and start to slow down your breathing. And then inhale, bring yourself back center. Both knees come in towards the chest. Keep a hold of the left leg as you inhale the right sole of the foot towards the sky. And then you exhale and lower it all the way to the earth. Drawing the left knee deeper in towards the chest. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Hold on behind the thigh here. 3 times with the breath. Inhale, press through the heel. And then exhale, draw the leg in. Inhale, press. Exhale, draw deeper. One more time. Inhale, press. And then exhale, you draw that leg closer towards the torso. Stay for one more breath. And then as you exhale, you take that left straight leg across the body for supine twist. Slowing down your exhales, feeling the stretch for the outer left hip, the left side of the back. Feel yourself where the body is meeting the floor and connecting to the earth. Inhale, center, and then exhale, Shavasana. Short Shavasana today. Become comfortable. Let go of any tension in the body. And just relax. There's nothing left undone. There's nothing more to accomplish. Feel your body where it's connected to the earth. And you're welcome to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. It's your practice. But our time together is limited today. So stay in Shavasana if you'd like, or slowly just come back to your body. Inviting movement, inviting that earth energy to flow freely through you, keeping you grounded, keeping you present. You can take a full body stretch, wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can come to your side body. And eventually you'll make your way to a comfortable upright seat. The hands can rest comfortably on your knees or your thighs, or maybe you even bring them to heart center. Pause for just a moment. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling now? And in honor of all that you are, namaste.